What's up, guys? Today I wanted to go over my rating scale for how I typically rate beers. It's something I had come up with for my Untapped journey. I didn't like the idea of just giving everything kind of a random score. I like to have this like set list in my head. I have it in my notes app on my phone. It's something I will occasionally go back to, especially if I ever take a break from, drinking beer, or if I want just a little refresher, especially on a day where I might be having 2 or 3 beers, just to make sure I'm giving it as accurate rating as I can. Typically, I like to think that nothing's gonna score lower than a 3 unless like you kind of screwed up a little. And it could be maybe the tap it's on or the keg it's coming out of is just not the best. It might have the pressure off, so it's really screwing up the beer. But I like to think that a 3 is kind of like as low as I'd give something. It's usually a beer that I'm gonna be having, maybe not as my first or second beer of the day. It's something I can have a little bit later when I maybe am not tasting things as properly as I should. But a 3.5 is what I consider my baseline. Any beer that I have should really be falling into probably 3.5 or greater, especially if you're gonna find it at a brewery. There are times where it doesn't, but taste is subjective. My taste may not be the same as yours. Definitely know that mine's not the same as my wife, as she gives me eyes. So, but when I start looking at like 4 category, 4s are gonna be, it's like, this is something I'd pick up, I'd have in the fridge. May not keep it in the fridge, but it's definitely gonna be, I'd be happy to bring it home. Once I get into that 4.5 area, this is something that I'd be very happy with having, 1 to 2 beers as my first beers. And then once I get into 4.75, that's where it's gonna be, I could drink this for a few days, not gonna get tired of it. Now it's a little hard when you start talking about those stouts, because stouts, you're not gonna come back to all the time. So my ratings do vary a little. I keep this mainly for like the IPAs that I really enjoy. Sometimes the stouts, porters, brown ales, lager. Oh, what am I saying? I'm just saying every beer at this point. I like alcohol. What can I say? But yeah, a 5 would be, I kind of think of it as that impossible task. I jokingly say that I have not rated a Guinness yet because I'm afraid I'm gonna give it a 5. Guinness is just my go-to beer when there's nothing else around. I'll have it in the middle of summer. A lot of people think Guinness is heavy. I think it's one of the lighter beers out there. But it's just a good go-to. It's got great mouthfeel. I'm not giving it a rating right now. I think I'm waiting for me to get out to actual Guinness location so I can, but that's an international trip and I don't have my passport. So maybe that's what I'll do in the next year. So I kind of put up my list over here. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm standing off to the side, but that's exactly why. I was gonna Vanna White it. Didn't like that idea. Also got eye rolls from my wife, but that's kind of where we're at. So what I'm gonna do right now, we're gonna get into a quick review. I've got Slurge here from Little House Brewing Company over in Chester, Connecticut. It's actually a collaboration with Kinsman Brewing, also in Connecticut. But pretty cool can. Did not realize that my hat was gonna match the can a bit. I can tell you from experience though, my hat's not gonna match what comes out of this can. So pretty cool beer here. Cool little story on the side. Fairly certain that this is coming off of, I'm thinking, when I see this, I immediately go back to Futurama. So let's get this open and poured and let's make that decision. All right, guys, as you saw from Slurge, it comes out this great green color here. Kind of crazy. Yes, I'm gonna drink it. No, it is not a veggie protein kelp shake. Definitely does not smell like it. Actually, I'm getting immediate orange off the top, off the nose. Is that the same for the can? No. You actually get more like you get more, sorry, it's taking a minute for me to place it. Kind of like, it's definitely more of like I guess a guava mixed with like a lime. I'm definitely getting some of that lime note. What does this say? Orange, soursop, guava, and oh, it does say guava and lime. Okay, interesting. When I had it up to my nose, I was like immediately coming back to like a weird margarita or something. This though is definitely all orange. So the nose kind of nailed it. But it drinks, it's thick. It's not a pastry sour by any means. Definitely don't need to chew it at all, but it's like a easy drinking orange. I don't want to say mimosa because that sits right here with me all the time. Gives me that agita, but no, it almost has like a slight vanilla note to it. Rounding it back out. Very good. I'm curious, is this any type of a lactose? I don't see anything. A lot of times they'll put like milk sugars or something like that on it. Sitting only at about 5.3%. Definitely nice for a sour in that range. Sometimes I worry, sometimes you fill it back here. Although with those sours, you don't really get that on this. So I can easily put one of these back and not have to worry it's gonna affect me, make me too dehydrated. Sometimes with those types of like sours, you definitely get that. Luckily, this is more of a sour ale, not necessarily a full-on sour. But yeah, I'm getting that orange, vanilla, almost like it's kind of weird, almost like a French cream with it. But yeah, definitely a nice pour here. Highly recommend. If we were to go on a scale for this guy, I'm easily sitting at a 4 all day long for it. Like I said, it's definitely something I'd pick up. I can definitely have. If everyone else is having mimosas, I'm gonna sit there, have my green drink. It looks like it's healthy, and it's a healthy pour, sure. But yeah, thanks for joining me on today's Zach's Pour Decisions. Check out that scale I put up. It's just how I kind of rate my experience, my beers, and seeing all that beer has to offer. So, cheers.